Speaking of musicians.
Yeah. All right, so we already told y'all that J. Cole put out Inevitable, his limited audio series, and that The Come Up, his first mixtape, is now on streaming platforms. However, it's only been like a week since that happened. And since then, he has put up not only The Come Up on streaming platforms, but also his second mixtape, The Warm Up, which is, if you know his story, he was finishing that when he got signed. And then just, I don't know, 2 days ago, yesterday, something like that, when we were recording this, J. Cole also put up on streaming platforms Friday Night Lights, which is his third mixtape, and it's like revered. I think the second one is too, but hey, whatever, you know. Yeah, so this is a big deal. You first.
Me first?
Because he was about to say something.
No.
Oh, I forget you then. So yeah, it's a big deal. We have seen some artists begin to put their mixtapes on streaming. Wayne has done it. Travis Scott did it recently. Future did it recently.
I don't want to hear Lil Wayne's name for a long time.
And so this is interesting to see that J. Cole was able to go back, get all this stuff cleared, because a lot of it in mixtape era was rapping on other people's beats. And so that means you got to get clearances for those types of things to be able to put them up. So I think this is really interesting. I think it's really cool that he was able to get those things done. And yeah, I'm loving it. I mean, I'm very excited to be able to bump that music on the DSPs because of the way that it worked before, like on Spotify or whatever. Tidal had them. I don't know what the arrangement was, but Tidal had them.
Okay.
I don't know if they were taken off at some point, but I remember a couple years back when I was using Tidal a lot, they were up there.
I have never had Tidal.
I had it for a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see that he was able to clear it because before you would have to, if you wanted to listen to it, you would have to find it, download it, and have it separately from your, you know, whatever streaming app you used. Now it's right there. And what I'm more interested in seeing is what this will do for his streaming numbers in the coming weeks. Also because that means sales, quote unquote, can become part of that. Because now that it's up there, we know X amount of streams equal a sale. And so, yeah, maybe some of those older records will go platinum or what, or gold, or who knows?
Maybe. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to go back and listen to some of this stuff. I don't know all of it, so I'm excited to go back into his
catalog.
I was going to say into his deep cuts. And listen to all of that. I have started going through it a little bit, but I will report back when I'm actually finished. But yeah, I think
give us that old new review.
Exactly. My own Monica Lewinsky review.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to dive into that more and discover new J. Cole that I have not discovered before. And to all of the people out there who are like, J. Cole has been out forever, how do you not know? Who cares?
I see both sides.
But here's my thing. I'm not sitting here pretending to know things that I don't know. I think that would be worse.
Sure.
I think it's fine for all y'all who have listened to every single moment of every single song that he has ever done in his entire life. Good for you. I think that's
You're
great.
such a hater.
I'm not a No, it is the people who have done that are the haters. I think because what is wrong with people discovering music they have not heard before? Like, it's not. That's
why I said I see both sides.
Better than me. Oh yeah, and you want to call me a hater?
Well, I said I see both sides, but
music is to be discovered, and if I haven't heard something before and I'm willing to listen to it, what Why are we on opposite sides of the fence? Like,
when I become a
what is the
fan of
battle?
when I become a fan of something, I go back and find what's the other stuff, or I ask around, right? Like if I discover Brown Table today, and I find out other people are fans, or I might go online and see like, oh, what are the other bangers, or what's the hidden gems, quote unquote, from Brown Table, and so that's what I do. And so I think there are fans who do that. And I think there's also fans who are not as invested. And that's why I say I see both sides, right? And so I think the challenge comes. So, okay, I think there are some fans who are like, hey, man, I started listening to Brown Table today. So I only know their recent stuff. I didn't go back. And so they'll know everything from that point moving forward. I guess what's a little challenging for me is why not go back if you enjoy them? And so I guess my question for those type of fans, which I guess in this case is you too, is what stops you from going back if you really like this thing? Now, if you're a casual fan, quote unquote, where it's like, oh, when Brown Table comes on, I'm like, okay, cool. But if you're a real Brown Table fan, then why not go back?
I go back into people's catalogs. Don't get me wrong. If I like somebody and I'm like, oh, I like this. I should go back and listen to more. I do that.
Okay.
But
you didn't feel that way about J. Cole. It's the setup.
It was on streaming. Like, what do you?
You didn't know it existed though.
It's not that I didn't know it existed.
Because it's on YouTube. And there's like mixtape websites.
Mixtape websites or YouTube for stuff. I don't. I'm being honest with you.
Because I even could have. You know what I mean? I got him. I could have.
You didn't.
You didn't ask.
All right.
You asked me. Did you ask me for the mixtapes?
My point is here. I feel like there's this battle between the two where,
well, that's
like you want a prize for knowing it first, and it's corny to me. That's
because people who are quote unquote day one fans, they want to
you want a prize, like what
they want to show off that they're day one fans. I'm not a day one fan. I did not know the come up when it first came out. I got put onto J. Cole when the second mixtape dropped, when the warm up came out, and so some people say that is a day one fan. I don't think so, but I think you can be a huge fan and go back, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I do that all the time. Like, I didn't listen to Rakim when he was putting out music regularly. I didn't even listen to hip hop at that time. And so when I found out about Rakim, I was like, oh, okay, let me go do the science, as he would say.
I say all the time, like I'm a fan of music, and I have a preferred genre, and I probably go back more into that genre than I do the others. So it's not that if it's not on my radar, if it's not right in front of me, then it's at my leisure. I don't.
Got it.
So sure.
But do you consider yourself like a diehard J. Cole fan?
No.
Okay, so then I think, and so I guess that's where that's kind of where it separates, right? Because what I don't understand, that's why I was saying, like, my question is like, if somebody says they really like J. Cole, like, I'm a diehard J. Cole fan, I don't know how you could do that and not like go back.
I think diehard, if you're gonna use that.
I mean, today they're called stans, but you know.
If you're gonna talk about Die Hard when it comes to hip hop, it would be older hip hop. It wouldn't be
for you. You mean
for me? Okay. It wouldn't be J. Cole. It would be before J. Cole. It would be Jay-Z. It would be Wu-Tang. It would be Nas. It would be like it wouldn't be the guys that came out in 2009 or whatever. At that point, I think I was dipping in every genre at that point. I was even listening to Taylor Swift around that time. Not to say that I wasn't into hip hop or whatever. I absolutely was. Listen, I burned Jay-Z's albums on my Discman into the ground, okay? The Black Album, the Blueprint, all of, like, that's what I mean when I say Die Hard. Nas, all of the albums. Like, as I got older, I guess I did get more casual with my hip hop and kind of became like an I like what I like type of thing rather than, oh my gosh, I gotta like dig in the crates to look for this mixtape, and that I grew less attached to it, I think. So yeah, if you came out while I was in college or after college, yeah, I knew your music and whatever, but I wasn't like deeply looking for all your old stuff, all the indie stuff you did. I just I just wasn't. I was also outside a lot. I didn't really have a lot of time to be sitting around listening to your old mixtapes. So now that I'm inside a lot,
All right.
I've got some time on my hands, okay?
Got it.
Because
Okay.
I'm just saying, I mean,
Yeah.
but this is exciting to me. I feel like, first of all, good for him, because if this means he's going to make some money off of music that he didn't get to make money off of before, that's great.
Right.
But also, I do think, like, I think this is a moment to celebrate. And whoever got it before, cool, you got it again.
Oh,
And whoever didn't get it before but wants it now, it's available to you.
yes.
That's where I'm at with it.
The other thing I think is cool is there are some things that are kind of tied together that if you never heard the mixtapes, you don't really know. So like even J. Cole's first album, a couple of those songs, I want to say like 4 songs are from the mixtapes. And then like one of the first songs on that album is called Dollar and a Dream 3. 2 and 1 were on the mixtapes.
Got it.
And so you kind of get to see how that progressed if you have the mixtape versions.
Yeah.
Oh, and all the people who love Port Antonio, they can now go back and hear him rap on Dead Presidents both times before he remixed the Dead Presidents beat.
Right. So this is a win all around. I don't want to hear the battling about who heard it first. Who cares?
Oh yeah.
But
I mean, just go listen to it.
because everything I've seen, like if you look under his, I know how you feel about comments, but I look at them. Whenever you look under his comments, you look under like YouTube comments or whatever, and people are like, but this came out, blah 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 blah. So what? Why are y'all mad? What are y'all mad at?
Yeah, I don't
It's
understand.
a weird thing.
I don't understand what there is to be mad about.
It's music. It's okay. Like music is supposed to stand the test of time. It's okay if he put it out there now and there's more people to access it. I don't see anything wrong with that. And I don't understand why you have a problem with those people. I get the thought of people walking around and acting like they understand something that they don't. I get that. I get the frustration with that. I also get that a lot of times people don't reach back and speak on things that they don't fully understand. That makes sense to me. But just on some, hey, I was here first. It's like the people who comment under under social posts and put
First
comment. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Who cares? Who fucking cares?
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna just start putting first.
Are we?
I'm just gonna put the number 1.
Are we children? Like,
I'm gonna start doing it.
What do you get? What's the prize?
Being first.
I don't understand.
If you ain't first, you last. Ricky Bobby.
Like, did you get beat up in school? I just don't understand. Were you bullied? Anyway.
Hey, you gotta blame Ray J.
I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you.
There was a whole I hit it first movement.
I'm not doing this with you.
Right. Well then,
we can to Ray J, and I hope he's doing well. That's all I have to say.